Okay, so hi Brad, this is basically the instructions for how you create a show with the new templates. Okay, so over on the left here, you should be able to see that we've got instructions, which is where this video is. You probably want to delete that once you've gone through it a few times. You've got the one that says Trivia Show, which is where we'll be creating a show. Then you've got all of your pre-made screens. So we've got intro, which is the Quizlet one here. Round 1 normal questions, round 1 video questions, round 1 audio, round 1 rush game, round 1 scoreboard, same for round 2, same for round 3, and just in case I've missed something, we've got backgrounds in here, which is just the straight backgrounds for each of the rounds. So first thing to do to create a trivia, well obviously we want some sort of a title screen. Don't just drag and drop those, hit the right mouse button on them. Select duplicate slide, then drag the duplicate up there, and you can shrink that back down. Next thing we want will be a question. We'll go for a normal one. This one here, once again, press the right mouse button on it, duplicate slide, and then drag the duplicate up there because you'll need these for multiple slides. If you just drag, say, A up there without duplicating it, it's now gone from this list. So we don't want that. Now, on these ones, round 1, it's a normal question. That's what this box, this bit at the top here tells you. Round 1, normal question. And the answer will be A. So all of the others will drop out. Answer will show up as A, and that's what we want. If I bring this onto the screen, you can see it's already set for the correct answer there, so you do not have to do anything with this. All you have to do is edit the things here. You've got your question, you type it into that. And we know that the answer is A, so that'd be where you put your correct answer. Wrong answer, wrong answer, wrong answer. You can also do the same thing for B, for C, and for D. So each one of those tells you what the correct answer will be there. You just need to put it in there and change the question there. So we've got this here. I'll make the first one B. I won't bother putting in actual questions at the moment because this is just a quick demo. All right, we're going to have another normal question straight after that one. See, that's where I made the mistake. You've got to right mouse, duplicate. Even I do it. It's going to take a while to get used to, but it does work. And I did the same for B as well. So that was just undo. I was pressing then to get back, Control Z or something like that. So we'll drag a B up there now. Now, quick way, if you want the question and answer together, you've got your question here. So I clicked on that. Then let's say we want the next answer to be D. Press and hold the Control key on the keyboard, click on D. Press the right mouse button, select duplicate slide, and that's actually duplicated both of them for us. They're both still highlighted, so we can actually drag both of them now up to our trivia. So we've got our first question, response B, second question, response D. They're normal questions. We'll move on to video now. These have 3 screens. This one here is where you put the video. This one is, if you want it, a big question on screen about that particular video. And then you've got your responses A, B, C, D for the correct answer on that video. Now, once again, we'll want to duplicate them and not just drag and drop like I keep doing. So we select the first one. Let's say you want the question as well. And the answer for this one can be C. right mouse button on it once we've done that with the control key. Sorry, I'll explain that one more time. So click the first one, hold down the control key, click the next one. I'm still holding down the control key. We want the answer to be C, so I'll select that. Let go of the control key, press the right mouse button, duplicate slide. All three of them are now done. And then we can drag those off up to our trivia. Now, the videos that we do. First thing to know is down the bottom here, I've put some notes. To get to those notes, if you do not have them, is on the View menu, and then that Notes button there. Now, it normally only shows up one line. You can drag it up so that you can actually see more of it. So, like it says, first thing to do is get rid of that text. Now, I've just clicked in the box. You can see the cursor is flashing there. That will not get rid of the text if I hit delete. You've got to move it so you get the little crosses on your cursor. Then click it, and then press the delete key, and that's now gone. Now what we need to do is go up to the Insert menu, and then over to Video. I will just pick a video on my PC because I've got a few there. Insert. It pops up at whatever its default size is. So sometimes it may be full screen, sometimes it may be smaller like this. What you want to do then is resize it to whatever you want. I'd suggest full screen. Next thing that you need to do is actually press the right mouse button on this video. Go to the Start button, click on that with the left, and you want this to start automatically, which means when you open this slide up, that video will now start playing. Okay, when you get to the next screen, you want to type in your question there. And on this screen, you'll want to type in your question here, along with whatever the correct response is, which will be C, and then whatever your dummy answers are there. So video is done. I was going to add another normal question to split it up, but because of the way it is, I will just throw the audio question in. What have we got? B, C, and D. It's time we had an A, I think. Right mouse, duplicate, drag A into our list. Now, none of the audios actually have audio in them. You will need to add them. To do that, go to Insert, over to Audio, preferably something on your PC. I've got some in Music. Put Lady Gaga's newest one in. Now you'll notice that the icon is right in the middle of the screen. If you start the presentation with that still there, it will display on screen. What you need to do is drag that off to the side. If you go too far, you will end up with the red X like that. But just off to the left, I generally find is good. And then drop it there. The audio is still there, but it won't show up as a picture on this screen. Now, the other thing that you'll need to do for an audio question, because I can't do it for you for this, you'll need to change the animation timings. So you'll need to go to Animation. You'll need the animation pane, which I already have open. So that'll be gone like that. Animation pane, that brings this in. Over on the right here, you can see Lady Gaga is at the bottom, and it's got number 3 and a mouse click next to it. That means that will be the third mouse click when it starts playing that audio. Not what you want for this, so we drag her all the way to the top, and then let go of the mouse. Now she's the first click. So the first time you press the button on the remote, it will start playing the audio. Second time you press the button on the remote, it will start bringing in the options. Third time, it will drop the options out, except for a correct one. That's all you need to do for an audio page. The Rush Games. We will duplicate Mr. Trump. Not many people would dare do that. Now, obviously you're not going to want him on every single one. All you need to do is press the right mouse button on his picture, then go down to Change Picture from a file, and select whatever picture it is that you want. I've got that one which I will use. Now the Rush Games, you will have to ask what the question is, or you can duplicate one of these question screens and then drag it in. But they are actually just fading in pictures, so it shouldn't make any difference whatsoever. So when you click the button, he'll fade in. That picture, if you have a look at the top right here, will fade in for 45 seconds from when you press the button up until when it's the full picture. And it's already set. You will need the remote. If they get the answer incorrect, you just press the OK button. If they get it correct, you press up and then you press OK. Okay, that's the Rush Games. Next is our scoreboard. Once again, this one not so bad if you don't duplicate it, because you're only going to need the end of round scores at one point in time normally. But you can also insert it, say, up between these two if you wanted, like a halfway point. If you do, you just duplicate it, put it in, change what you want it to say there. Everything else works. From there, you'd normally go on to round two, and then round three. I won't bother with that bit. The only thing I will show you is the round three scoreboard, because this one is slightly different. So that's now been thrown in. All of our other bits are okay. When we get to the big red scoreboard, we know that's the end of the trivia. You will see instructions with this video right at the start of this. You can delete that one once you're all good with it, and then what we're about to do, it will continue. So that's the trivia built. Got all our questions in, etc., etc. What you will need, actually I'll show you this. Changing those is just as easy as typing. So response B is correct. Correct. Etc., etc. for each of the other ones. Doesn't need too much explaining on that. The bits that will need explaining. Enjoy tech. Before you start a show, you will need to go to settings. Then you will need to go to class. Now, what we'll do first, I know that you're doing one on the weekend, so we'll go new class, double click in the box and change that to family weekend, or whatever you want to call it. Press enter, click save. From there, you need to double click on that first part there, add in as many buzzers as you need or will be using. So for Pagewood, etc., etc., you'll have 15. All right, now, as Mark said on his video, you'll need to change a few things here. So you'll need to change those numbers first for students, because they have to be individuals. If you do this under something like Zetland Trivia or Pagewood Trivia, it will stay on your laptop and you've only got to do it once. So like here, we'll just put in the buzzers. Remote ID is the actual number on the buzzer. Group number and weight don't appear to make any difference whatsoever. So basically you'll need to go through at least once. If you're actually running a show, you won't be typing in buzzer 5, buzzer 6, buzzer 7. It will be whatever their team name is. Let's see, the only other two I actually need are these ones. I only have buzzer 2, 9 and 10. And that's it. We've got our remote IDs. We've got our names in for everything else. New student, new student. Hit the save button over here. That's now done, and we can close that off. After that's been done, you're ready to start the show.